Hey, Erich.
What's up, dude?
Hey, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Did you know that you can support this podcast?
I'd flip.
Yeah. You go to patreon.com/retroam to find out more about early access and bonus episodes and stuff. If you like to hear us talk, then you can go there and hear us talk even more. And read the comments. The comments are great. There's like 60 comments on every episode thread. It's great.
Whoops, Chris forgot to say the rest of the intro. Now, here are some hot sounds we recorded.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast about Xenogears. Tonight, we are already in Solaris, and now we're going to escape Solaris because fascist Nazi robots are chasing us and trying to kill us and eat us.
I'd like to personally apologize for playing the hot sounds before Chris asked me to play them, but I had to because that's the way he started the podcast.
I forgot to ask you what the hot sounds.
Don't worry about it.
My fault.
You're right.
My name's Chris, by the way, if you haven't figured that out by now. The other white man voice is Erich.
What's up, dude?
Hey, good to see you again.
How's it going?
We're ready. We're in Solaris. We're in the Death Star.
I know that you want to escape Solaris, but perhaps you would like to either escape to home sweet home, or sanctuary neighborhood.
Oh, wow. Sanctuary neighborhood. That sounds like something you made up.
Sounds like an AOL password.
It sounds like, you know how like if you don't fill in the username and it just gives you like albino wolf sheep.
Yeah, two random words, right?
Yeah, sounds like that.
It's your call sign.
So I'm going to go, what was the second one?
Escape to home sweet home, and sanctuary neighborhood.
I'm going with home sweet home because we're not actually getting out of here and going home here, but we go to a home.
Even though you go through a sanctuary neighborhood, you're going to pick home sweet home?
Yes.
Okay, you're right.
Oh, yes. That's 2 for 2, or 2 in a row, I should say. Maybe 3. I don't remember that. Episode 33, don't remember recording that, by the way. Had too much to drink that night.
Hey, it was a good one.
It was a good one.
We need to reassemble it.
Probably. Yeah.
So, but before we can go to escape Sanctuary City, whatever the hell, we have to go to the water duct.
Yeah, we're jumping in the water ducts. We're in the sewers. This is a JRPG. We're ready for our second sewer.
Yes.
Actually, third.
Third sewers. Let's see, Nortune.
You're missing one, Ave.
Oh, yeah, the Bart sewers.
Yeah, Bart
swimming through. The only swimming sequence in this video game.
Yeah.
Bart's the only person capable of swimming. It's like he's playing Vice City. Everybody else is still playing 3.
Wow, that was great.
No shit. It was San Andreas you could swim. I fucked that analogy up.
Damn it. This is not a GTA podcast.
Not yet.
It never will be. I don't like GTA.
The first one?
Any of them.
Shit, dude.
I don't like GTA. Let's just put it that way. I don't really care for it. So anyway, we're in the sewers. There's robots everywhere.
Security cubes.
We
actually fight them this time as opposed to saying bad citizen, return to point of origin.
3 important points about security cubes. Point number 1, they are not cubes. They're malformed.
Are you trying to tell me you know about Solarian geometry, man?
Well, I mean, they can change gravity, by the way, so...
Is a save cube a cube? I think we know that cubes just mean strange quadrilateral here, sir.
It's true. Wow, okay, I've been owned. The other thing is that sometimes they have good ether defense, and sometimes they have good regular defense.
Yeah, it switches after. It is their first action is to either switch their defense to ether or physical, and whatever one they do, you do the opposite and you own them in one hit.
Yes.
This is a fantastic spot to level up your death blows.
It is, yeah. You can definitely fill up those death blow buckets and get some stuff.
If they do physical defense, you just wail on them and you do 1 damage every time and you do those moves, and I think that adds to your death blow bucket.
It does. Every time that animation pops out, it adds to it, and I think this is the point where I started to get a couple of level 7 death blows for Faye.
Oh, nice. I haven't got any of those yet.
I was really far behind with Elly, though.
Yeah, I bet.
So I was still getting some things that I didn't.
I unlocked a bunch of hers, and a lot of her higher combos, like I think square, triangle, square, X, have elemental effects on them. Yeah. So it does magic attacks.
That's true with a lot of characters.
Okay.
Cool. We get Citan later, and that's true with him.
But a lot of characters don't have moles that come out of the ground and slash at people, and the words hit appear on screen in 3-dimensional cubes.
What are you talking about?
That's one of Elly's death blows, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It's either, I thought it was sloths, but that'd be impossible, so it's fucking moles with mole claws.
Oh, wow. I did not get those. I'm a little bit further behind in the leveling department there, I guess.
You can also get rich because you get 2,000 G off these things every time.
True.
But there's no real, I guess there's a save point at the end, but you only got so many tents to restore your health, so you can't do this forever necessarily.
Yeah, this is a long hallway.
It's a very long hallway.
But I do think that it is nice to play this video game.
Yeah, I kind of like it that they're in fucking mode.
Yeah.
But there's like, I don't, just make it a, what?
We have 3 months left.
What's the maximum? 5,000 meters? Yeah, okay, do that.
When do we have to put this on a CD?
Yeah. Next week?
Oh, shit. Okay, just make it a hallway. We're good. We don't have time to draw any more maps.
So yeah, there's like a couple, I think there are like gaps you have to jump over or something. It's a fairly, like there's some treasure in there and you have to like walk across bridges and backtrack a little bit.
Yeah, there was a lot of that in the Nordtune sewers as well, except for it wasn't linear though.
Right. It was a little bit multi-pronged.
Or maybe this is a purposeful design where it's like, well, we already fucked you a couple times in the sewers, so...
You could also write it off as like Nordtune being inefficient and Solaris being the pinnacle of efficiency, so they only have one long like trough.
That's true. It just all goes down and it drips on the captain's head on the Thames, and he's like, what?
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's the men of the sea juice, and they get drunk. Give me that juice.
This is actually like ethanol, and this is how they make their beer on the Thames. They catch the raindrops from the invisible city. They're like,
fermented turd.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Eventually we emerge. I mean, nothing really happens here, right?
No, it's just, I don't think there's any dialogue whatsoever. You just pass through, man.
Yeah, and then you emerge, and I believe we are playing a song here.
The treasure which cannot be stolen.
Yes, it is.
We're in the first class citizen level, baby.
We're in the Gazel area. We are first class citizens. Well, we aren't. Elly is. But Faye's like, why you walk? Well, first, can we describe the scene a little bit? It's like a gated community.
Yeah, it is a gated-ass community.
Yeah, but they have this huge, futuristic, clean space fence around their yard. They have a big yard. You can actually go running around the yard.
Yeah, it looks like a mall I went to in Nashville, which definitely had a 90s future aesthetic since it was still around, since that's when it was built.
Yeah, that's one with the restaurant with the fish inside. The aquarium restaurant.
Yeah, I ate there the day after I got married. It was cool.
Isn't it weird if you go there and you like order fish tacos?
I did that.
Yeah, I did that too.
Fucking fish around.
That's weird. The tacos also not good there.
Ours were okay. It was more of a novelty type thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those places that you find in like Orlando. So anyway, this is Elly's house apparently.
Yeah, it's convenient that the very first place that we go to after we get out of the shit pipe is Elly's house.
Yeah, Elly lives in the shit pipes.
You know, she did, when we got in the shit pipe, she kind of knew what was up, right?
Yeah,
so
she jumped in down there with no hesitation.
In my head canon, that thing actually went around longer, and Elly just knew the correct ladder to take to escape to her house.
Yeah.
Because as a child, she obviously played in the shit pipe.
Yeah.
With rank and... Actually, no, they'd be a different class, right? Yeah. No, only the rich kids. Elly's an only child.
No, she won't like to play with the poor kids, and they met in the sewers.
Oh, I see. Dude, that's perfect, actually, yeah. The riffraff. She brought them, like, her, like, parents' garbage.
Cool. Yeah.
She was this banana peel kid. You never had fruit in your entire life. Only we have plants up here. Bucko.
It's true. The lower class citizens even get vegetables.
That's right. No, they definitely eat soylent.
Well, yeah, we're going to figure that out later, by the way.
I'm just saying we figured out later, but you and I live in a society where soylent is a real product.
Yeah, true.
Only rich idiots eat that instead.
Sure.
I don't know about that. Is that stuff healthy yet? Does that stuff still kill you if you eat it? Do you know Soylent? There was like multiple articles when Soylent came out about people that ate it and then got real sick.
Wait. Soylent's real?
Yeah.
I thought we're talking about the movie.
No. Some rich Silicon Valley people wanted to invent food you could eat without having to eat food. You didn't know about that?
No.
That was like 5 years ago. God. They eventually made it into like a shake, and it still fucked people up who tried to eat that and only that. It was for people that like didn't have time to cook and just wanted straight up nutrients, which they already invented fucking 30 years ago as Slim Fast, right?
Yeah.
But Silicon Valley has to reinvent everything over again. So they invented Soylent, and it fucked people up. God. I bet they don't even sell it anymore. It was like in the whole Google Glass era of like false futurism.
My God, Solaris is so predictive of our society.
That's it. Well, it wasn't made from what this is made of, presumably.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a thing.
Don't fucking call your synthetic food Soylent, please.
Yeah, why? Okay.
I understand soy, but come on, man.
I thought that was a bit, Eric. Shit.
That wasn't a bit.
Okay.
Unless I just hallucinated, it's a possibility.
Let's go inside this house, please.
Okay, we're at Elly's house. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to meet her mother. Her name is Medena.
We meet the floating chandelier first.
We do?
Yeah, because it's right there.
Oh, I didn't note that.
You're right. She's fucking... You know, like, you already know you're in rich people zone, but when you see a floating chandelier in a foyer, when everybody else is living in fucking cubes.
Yeah. it's quite the contrast there.
Yep. So you meet housewife Medena, Elly's mother.
Indeed.
This is weird.
She's glad Elly's okay.
She said the military told her that Elly was MIA, which I'm guessing is also what her husband told her.
Probably. Yeah. We'll get to that point. She says that father is still in the palace, so we are immediately introduced to the concept of her father being a high-ranking official.
He's high up there, which I guess you put together, given there probably aren't that many first-class citizens.
Yes.
There's only so much room. I imagine like Solaris is a diamond shape, where like the majority is on the bottom, then it gets thinner and thinner and thinner as you get to the top.
Yeah. Elly introduces Faye as a recently promoted third-class citizen.
Yes, it is an extension of the Chewbacca defense.
It is indeed. He is the natural. It's funny too because he's being introduced as the sort of a concept that Ramses invented, where like Ramses was very much a proponent of elevating lower class citizens to sort of create this meritocracy.
We're in a merit-based society. Just work hard and you can dig whatever you want, man.
And Faye has spent most of his career or his career as a protagonist beating up Ramses, and now he
right. That's good. That's really good. He's ascended,
and now he is living the dream of Ramses to continually own him.
Living the dream. But also Faye's wearing a kung fu outfit that he's had on for 3 months and not washed, and he's probably covered in shit.
Also, he wore this before he was reincarnated.
Yeah, but it is his it's like the Doug wardrobe where it's just the exact same outfit every time. Like he opens the closet and it's like 18 pairs of that.
The green sweater vest or whatever.
Yeah.
And the khaki shorts.
The khaki shorts.
Shit, Doug. Yeah, but Medena aloud, she wonders why is he still dressed like this?
Yeah.
Like, why did you just bring... It's like if you brought somebody, that lived on the street into your house and your mom's like, he's recently... Mom, he's recently got an apartment and a job. And like, well, why is he still wearing the coat that somebody gave him out of
Why does he look like he's been fighting?
Yes. Well, Mom, it's because he's been fighting his whole life. Or at least the whole life that he remembers.
He's had a harder life than you.
Yeah.
Shut up, funky cold Medena.
Yeah.
Great. So let's talk about a JRPG trope that I can only cite one other example for, but I'm looking for more from you.
Okay,
me or
the
from
listener?
you. Well, either way, if you want to submit, the trope identify is visiting your girlfriend's parents' house.
Okay,
which I went to in Erich's house in Final Fantasy VII when Cloud shacks up and stays with her mom, and you got to sneak out. Oh, and there's the squeaky floor.
Yeah, I can't think of any other examples of that. Well, I mean, first we have to talk about JRPGs that have a
girlfriend,
a love interest, a love interest in which you sort of interface with her daily life before you set out on an adventure. I can't think of one.
I can't either. You don't really meet anybody's parents in Persona that's not part of that. I guess you meet Futaba, but
Other than every other interaction that occurs between characters who build rapport in the Fire Emblem games.
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't think of any.
I can't either. I should have thought about this before I thought about it.
Please. Leave a comment below or write us on the internet. Retrograde Amnesia Pod on Twitter.
Yeah, nothing.
So, yeah,
sorry.
Ellie's so she's trying to make an excuse to kind of get away because she
even though
on cover.
You've been MIA away from the military and you see your mom's like, oh, what's up your bag?
Yeah, she's like, I gotta go do my homework.
I imagine people that are in the military are away from their families a whole lot, so it's semi-normal that she's maybe not announced. I don't know. But immediately she drags Faye to her room.
Yeah. And the point, I think the excuse that she makes is she's got to turn in a report.
Yes. Through her hexagon DOS prompt computer.
Sure. Faye is amazed that she has a room bigger than Chief Lee's house, which I think is the first Chief Lee mention that we've had in a long time.
But it's his only frame of reference. Has he been in an actual house since then?
I mean, unless you count going in all those different houses in Nortune and in
those aren't houses, they're shacks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those are like multifamily living facilities. This is solo living facility.
Yeah, same in Bloodavik too. I mean, there's not really much there. I mean, he's been in the palace though, hasn't he? He's been in the Ave Palace.
But that's the palace. This is a residential area.
Yeah. And
then the most striking feature of Elly's room is a striking feature of our buddy Paul's room, which is there's a shower in the middle of it.
Shower in the middle
at his old house upstairs.
Oh yeah, wow, shit, I forgot about that. Wow,
right. I don't forget about that. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but yeah, Elly's room has a tube shower as the centerpiece, which is a giant circular cylinder you get in and take a shower.
Yeah, and of course, Elly is going to take a shower that we can live out our teenage boyhood fantasies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, she says she's sweaty from running and taking a shower, and porno music does not play.
No, it doesn't. Fortunately for us, it does not play, or unfortunately, depending on how you work these relationships. But
she asks Faye to stop staring, gets in fully clothed, then the water comes on and her clothes vaporize.
Yes, and then the thing steams up.
Yeah, her body's obscured by steam.
Yes, and
this time.
There's no anime here. So while Elly is showering, Faye tells Elly that her mom is hot.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And Faye wonders again aloud why Elly doesn't look like her mom.
Yeah, like that is to set up to point out that they're not related, probably. But
yeah.
the hot mom thing, like Faye is instantly thinking he's seen too much porn. There is no three-way here with stepmother and daughter.
I don't think Faye's seen too much porn, but like his former selves and all these reincarnation stuff that we haven't figured out yet, those guys have seen porn.
Or I've seen too much porn.
Or that too, yeah. Who knows? It's fine. Whatever you like, you like. So after he says that, and wait, before we move on.
Yeah, I want to describe the room a little bit more too.
Let's talk about how, remember way back in the Black Moon Forest, Elly talked about how she kind of thought about her mom was really the nanny and that kind of stuff, and she kind of identified with Faye. That happened. She mentioned some of this stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Forest,
okay.
Where she sort of was able to empathize with Faye because she suspects that she might actually truly be a quote unquote lamb.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you
want to describe the room before the shower turns off?
Other than the shower, there's a table with 2 chairs and what appears to be a coffee mug, a poster on the wall that looks like a lady in a Gebler uniform, which may have been like an aspirational soldier fantasy.
I thought maybe Elly just had a poster of herself.
I don't know. Do you have any posters of your? I guess that's what family pictures are. Shit. Yeah, but you don't have any like solo pictures of you hanging
Not
up,
above
right?
my bed.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah, it might just be she's a fan of this particular person.
Pro tip, listeners: if your friends ever get a new house or apartment, give them a framed picture of you 8x10 as a present. Works every time.
Yeah.
There is a desk with more coffee and a computer. A neat screen between a floor and ceiling pillar that looks like it can rotate to face whatever section of the room you're in.
Oh, cool!
Which is like a cool design thing that I wish I had thought of in my life. And then one entire side of the room is bright white with windows with light shining through it. Freya is impressed with its size.
Yes, Freya is.
We've referred to.
So yeah, cool.
So after Elly has her mom confession.
Yeah, the shower turns off before she starts to talk about this concept, and then the music changes to, I believe, Lost Broken Shards.
You are correct.
And interesting thing here is I always get a couple of these tracks mixed up, so I just let it play, and I pulled the soundtrack up on my computer, and I was going to play a couple tracks to match it up.
Beat matching.
But this song only plays once.
In the
it doesn't. Game? No. At this moment, like once the song triggers, it doesn't loop
won't
over.
Repeat. Yeah.
It just plays.
So you ran out of time.
So I ran out of time. So I
hit that pause button, dog.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Elly tells Faye that she looks nothing like her parents.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like any of these Solarian motherfuckers. The nanny was probably her mother, as we discussed, and then it fades to black.
It's funny. In mine, I made a note that the music stopped as soon as the water noises stopped and the scene ended, so I guess I timed it perfectly.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's funny that you had a different perspective on that. So that scene ends, and then Elly forces Faye into the shower.
Yeah, he doesn't want to bathe. He's like, I don't have time for all this shit. I gotta go beat ass. And we need to go beat up the fascists, but...
He gets in.
Then we have, I think, maybe the first reference to this is better than Doc's bathtub.
Yes, this is our first bathtub reference of the upcoming sequence.
Yes.
Which is, again, the only other bath we've seen. There's been a few toilets so far, but...
So question.
Yeah.
Do all the villagers of Lahan bathe in Citan's bathtub?
Yeah.
Or does Faye specifically bathe in Citan's bathtub?
If it's only Faye, I think that raises more questions than it answers.
Or maybe it raises more answers than questions.
If it's the whole village, it's fucked up that they have to go trek through a dirty mountain with wolves and shit to get there, and then get like dirty on the way back.
You have to kill like 7 wolves before you get a bath.
Yeah, and then more on the way down.
Yeah, on the way back there's no random. On the way back there's no random.
Oh right, yeah.
Because there's gears coming to kill your village.
That's right.
That one time, Faye doesn't want Elly to see his butt. We kind of see his butt.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's a good looking butt.
Yeah, great. Elly thinks the whole concept of Faye wanting to hide his butt is kind of cute, and the scene
light
begins
flirtation.
To fade. Yeah, yes, exactly. That's the point of the scene. I think is to establish to call back to Elly's the concept of Elly maybe not being a true Solarian, and then also getting a little bit of flirtatious things going on.
Light teenage horniness amidst a tragedy.
This also clarifies some things about the Solarian DNA scanners that murdered Samson last episode.
Yeah,
they're not actually like there's no specific like DNA pattern that indicates who is a true Solarian and who's not. Like your DNA is not actually different than a third-class citizen. Mm-hmm. It is that your DNA is registered as a Gazel.
Oh, I see.
So because of it,
so there is no difference.
Yes, if you had some sort of specific strand of DNA that made you different, then you would specifically pass through there, and Elly would not be able to.
I
But
thought her father may have pulled some strings.
that may be the case too.
But we didn't. Did we talk about the maid yet?
No, but we're almost there.
Okay, I had that actually before Faye got in the shower.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's a... Yeah, because you get free roam and you're able to walk around.
Mhm.
I went straight to Elly's room. Maybe you didn't. Or maybe you went before you got in the shower. Who knows?
Yeah.
Nonetheless, the order of operations is not important. They decide that they need to go hack her dad's PC to find out where Bart and friends are.
Right.
But then at that point, you get free roam. You can access the save point, stuff like that. As we try to... The first thing I did was I went immediately to the room I thought was probably the dad's room, at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I went to that last.
But Medena interrupts and's like, Dad gets pretty mad when you try to go in there and get in his computer and stuff, man. So then you cannot go in there.
Right. So where'd you go next? The kitchen or the side room?
I went to the side room with the maid.
Yes.
The maid is happy we're not dead, so she gives us a psycho rod.
Right.
Which is interesting. Here's a
Here's a weapon.
Here's a baton. It's called a psycho rod, by the way.
That same room also has a huge future couch with a neat future coffee table and a large blueprint on the wall.
This is very much some additional like Jetsons stuff going on here.
Futuristic stuff. The maid stuff that I was referring to earlier is we had noted that Elly's mom wasn't her real mom earlier, but did we talk about in that sequence? It said that Elly revealed her father had a maid that took care of her and he kept the maid, like that he took care of the maid. He kept that secret.
Yeah.
That he suspects that the maid was her real mother and then immediately stops talking about it.
Yeah. Like that's the same stuff that she mentioned, sort of mentioned in the Black Moon Forest.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was a maid part reference specifically.
Yeah.
Apparently not this maid. Or is it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So many maids in the first block. Geez. So then the kitchen.
The kitchen, yeah. Medena wants to have Faye over for dinner.
There's seating for 8.
Sure. Yeah, there's got to be. There's plenty of room. They got these big, long, like couch chairs. Kind of thing. It's like a really
I've never actually.
dinner.
It's like the tray table dinner, but it's an actual relaxing, lounging dinner. You know, when you want to rest from eating and watch something, then get back to eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day is Thanksgiving in first class.
But of course, Mom's got to go shopping.
Yeah, I know you're back. But
I thought you could order that shit.
They still like to do it to pretend to be the proletariat, to do those activities of shopping. It's like a field trip. You take a field trip to go. It's not for stuff that you actually need. You just want to go like look at a candle and see that it's made from the blood.
This is not a Handmaid's Tale situation.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, in the Handmaid's Tale, they've subjugated fertile women to bear children, and they're also these sort of maids, and they are responsible for all the shopping to give.
Great!
Life.
Yeah,
it's a terrible,
solid gender roles. Yeah,
no, it's a good show.
I know,
but it's about a terrible situation.
Yeah. I wasn't criticizing the show as the plight of the women. And
well, good is a relative term. It is good at times. So Mom's out shopping, so now it's time to sneak in Dad's room.
Hell yeah, dude! Parents are away. You get in the room and you get their porno.
Yeah, and the best way to get the porno is to you guess the password.
That's right.
Did you think that the whole guess the password thing, it was the only way that the writers here knew how to advance the plot? Was guess the password?
I mean, yeah, I guess the password, it's pretty weak considering we've already hacked the fucking Ethos mainframe.
Yeah.
But we only have 2 of our 5 hackers, so
yeah, and Faye wasn't there for the original hacking. He was only there for hacking on the Babel Tower.
That's right.
So
there was also, there's a green tinted future city on his blueprint screen in his room, which I was like, is that Zeboim?
Oh, cool.
What is this? I didn't know if that was some foreshadowing.
I feel like Zeboim is only known by the Krellian tier people.
Yeah, but he's up there.
It's true.
So yeah, the password is not Elyhim.
No, it is Elyhim spelled backwards, which it spells Myle, Myahle. Don't know why I wasn't planning on phoneticking that out.
Hey, we'll get FakeNet to help you out.
Yeah, sure.
Initializing FakeNet. Myahle.
Thank you, FakeNet. Appreciate that. As always, that password works. You do not need to have a number or special character in your passwords.
Yeah,
in Solaris.
It's also not case sensitive.
Yes, exactly.
There's no 2-factor authentication here.
Yeah.
So Elly ignores the 19 unread messages and decides we can get everyone via the trash chute in the 3rd class citizen level.
That's right. We have to go on the trash chute because the scenario designers have also seen Star Wars, as we have previously mentioned. It is time to go down.
Plus, we've already been through the sewers, so what's next?
Yeah.
Trash chute.
It's got to be the trash chute. But guess what, Erich?
What happens?
Erich's here.
Yeah.
Dad's here. Fuse begins to play, and this is perfect because every time that my dad caught me doing something that I wasn't supposed to,
Fuse started
to play in my head. Like, it's time to fucking escape.
Dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
That's good.
That was back when I thought like life maybe like
Nothing could be worse.
was gonna be life is more dramatic than it really is.
Oh yeah.
You know what
So
I
you have
mean?
to author your own fiction to make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like before you even like, as soon as you resolve to do what you got to do, it just says, Elly, what are you doing off screen?
Yeah.
Then father comes home.
Yes. Father's name is Erich or Erich.
Erich. It's Erich.
Yes, it's Erich. Yeah, I have a family member that spells his name like this. I don't know why.
My wife dated someone named Erich,
Yeah.
but it wasn't me.
Wasn't you?
My name's Eric. His name was Eric.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Not like while we were dating. I meant before.
Yeah. She didn't date you at the same time.
No.
That would be weird. That would definitely be very strange. So, Erich.
Or,
here,
you know, whatever you're into.
Yeah. Erich's here and he's mad.
Yeah.
And he calls the cops on his daughter.
Can you stop calling him Eric and just call him father? It's going to fuck with me, all right?
No, I'm going to call him Erich.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, Erich calls the cops on his daughter.
Okay.
He calls her a burglar.
Yeah, I thought he says Faye is a burglar.
Well, yeah.
Like he was implying that Faye burgled.
He does. At first, he just says he says the word burglar like in general, but then he specifically attributes that to Faye in a minute. But still, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't call the cops on your daughter.
I picture him. Have you seen Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls?
Not in many years, so please.
He's at the party with all the rich people, and the Monopoly man shows up with his monocle and looks at Ace Ventura and says,
Who is this ghastly man?
which is exactly how I picture Erich looking at
Thank you,
Elly
Erich.
or at Faye and saying, who is this ghastly man? Like ghastly as an adjective for Ace Ventura,
This-
is very good. And that's also Faye because they're kind of the same.
Yeah. This whole scene progresses a little bit quickly.
Yeah, they have to get, I mean, it's plot.
She immediately spills the beans.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, Faye, he's just here. He wants to save his captured friends. And you would think that maybe that father,
Yeah.
Erich,
Thank you.
would know that, would think about like the concept of captured friends. He knows about Bart.
Yeah.
That the Emperor and Krelian showed the holograms.
He has to know what happened to his daughter, right?
Yeah. But Elly's just like, just fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have to shoot me to go through Faye.
She says, his father says she'll be safe if we kill this guy.
Yeah, he just wants to kind of kill him. Even though he's already called the cops, he still wants to kill him so that he can explain away the mess.
I mean, fascists love justifiable homicide, right?
True, I guess so. Elly kind of says that he's lying and he only cares about his own ass, and then she alludes to how he prevented her from joining Jugend.
Yeah, Lost Broken Shard starts playing again.
Yeah, that's true. And I think he prevented her from joining Jugend in order to try to save face, because he didn't want...
Well, no, he didn't prevent her from joining. She joined.
Well,
didn't she?
he wanted to prevent her because he wanted to save face because he didn't want people to find out that she was not a full Solarian. And then she starts to kind of talk about how, well, she refers to herself as half a land dweller.
Yeah.
And her mother being in the background here gets pretty upset about this, or at least Dad thinks that.
Yeah, her mother's there,
Yeah.
like witnessing all this go down, obviously witnessing their patriarchal household scold the daughter and ruin her life.
It's classic, like...
Father doesn't understand me.
Yeah, it's classic teenage daughter versus father kind of stuff. And you say something to upset your mother, and then father gets mad and smacks you.
Yeah, father hits her. There's a slap noise.
Yeah, and she kind of, her sprite kind of crumples to the ground.
Mother runs away.
Yes, it's very, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
this isn't the first time.
But it kind of works.
Also, Faye takes father's side here.
Yeah. My next little section of my notes is like Faye steps in, but he kind of takes father's side. And like,
he's making a smart play. He's earning father's respect at a very desperate time.
Yes, and
it's important to betray your girlfriend temporarily to earn her father's respect.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, I guess that's the trope.
Yeah.
Faye says, I have to hurry up and save my friends, but if you intend to shoot me, I'll put up a big fight. And this line reminds me of how, you know, I've mentioned this maybe before in this podcast, but growing up, like high school years, I mean, right about the time I was playing this game, I was real into like fan subs before you get fan subs on the internet. So I was getting Dragon Ball Z VHS tapes that had been subbed over. And
best days of your life.
Best days of my life. People were the subtitlers, and even still to this point, like there's never been consistency on how Goku's accent is translated, because he speaks with sort of a hick language, and
so like Osaka accent then?
I guess, I don't know.
Okay.
He kind of says a lot of he speaks extremely
Kansai. Okay.
He speaks extremely informally. but sometimes that's not always subtitled like that. But every now and then,
And formulated like dumb guy or like country guy?
country guy,
Okay.
country bumpkin kind of guy.
Which is often the same thing, but
Often the same thing. Not technically the same thing, but it is portrayed that way
Right.
in media a lot. And they always kind of struggle. Like sometimes Goku's just straight up, and sometimes it's bumpkin Goku. And I feel like with Faye's dialogue, sometimes it's straight up Faye, and sometimes it's weird Goku Faye.
perhaps Goku is code switching, and that's a similar instance where I don't know if Faye's that self-conscious, really. But
I'm not really sure.
I doubt it.
I had to explain.
Even a
code
man with
switching.
multiple men inside of him may not be.
I had to explain code switching to somebody today, by the way.
How'd that go? Did it work?
Yeah, it went great.
Cool.
I pulled up a video of Marshawn Lynch, and then I said, "This is not code switching."
No.
Thank you. So anyway, yeah, take care of your chicken.
Take care of y'all chicken.
Father reacts.
Father does react.
He breaks his window.
Yeah, that's weird. He breaks his window.
He's improvising a plan.
Yeah, Father improvises maybe even more recklessly than Citan does.
Yeah, he punches out a window and tells the cops on the radio or whatever that the intruder has escaped.
Yeah, I don't know what caused his change of heart.
He cites it. He says Faye stood up for what he thought was right.
Okay, gotcha.
So he earned respect. Like he got like 100 respect points in one instant right there when he stood up to like the man who was about to murder him.
Yeah, exactly.
And agreed with him. Captor, sir, you made the right choice. Elly, you should be ashamed of yourself.
So as Faye starts to kind of walk through the commotion, he turns to Elly and says, "Elly, this time leave the military. Thanks for everything."
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe the word
It's a
sayonara
great
was used
sign-off.
here. Yeah. And I think, remember like when Faye encountered Elly during the Operation Ave thing, when you had to battle her as a boss, and
Yeah.
he was like, "I thought I told you to leave the military." And we didn't feel like Faye had like any standing to like make life-altering suggestions to a
Yeah, at
woman
that
he
exact
just met.
moment.
At that exact moment, Faye at this point in time maybe has a little bit more ground to make to give advice to her. I think at this time.
But he also like he was offended by her indirect reference as a land dweller as being a negative thing to associate with.
Yeah.
So I think that also alienated him from her a little bit. Like Elly just like once Elly spent more time in Solaris proper, she regressed back into that fucking Solarian bullshit that it was like clearly indoctrinated in her about her opinions about the lessers.
Yeah. This whole interaction is kind of loaded in many different ways, but at least he says thanks.
Yeah, I think not that I'll ever leave my wife, but I think I'll definitely say leave the military. Thanks for everything. Even though she's not in the military, you know, just, or maybe just anyone when I leave their house, you know, leave the military. Thanks for everything.
So that's the end of Escape Solaris. We haven't escaped Solaris, but at least we thought about it. Now, We tried. We are on to the next chapter. We're going to keep going on this particular episode of Retrogramnesia. Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast about Xenogears where we misspeak about things all the time. Thank you.
Thanks, Graham.
So, Lone Wolf is the next chapter, Erich.
Okay, so
Erich?
what is Erich? Don't do that. Don't do that shit. Identity issues.
Sorry.
So is Lone Wolf actually called Solo Escape and $$ hashtag percentage point exclamation point or dire condition?
I like your second one because we'll talk about that in a second.
I should have said Kubert language.
Yeah, Kubert language. Yeah. One of the best gags in Wreck-It Ralph is the Kubert language.
Yeah, dude.
Why, it's Kubert. What brings you here, neighbor?
So
Solo Escape, Kubert language, dire condition.
I'm going to go very literal here and go Solo Escape.
Trick question, asshole. It's Lone Wolf.
Oh, great. Okay.
Direct translation.
Lone
They
Wolf.
got it right.
Lone Wolf. You know why it's called Lone Wolf? Because we're by ourselves.
That's us,
now.
and we're the wolf. I'm the wolf.
We're the wolf. We're Faye. We're the wolf.
I eat the big meat. I'm the carnivore.
Yeah, you are.
I've killed like 8 wolves by myself in this game.
Sure, you are.
Rip
big
those
boy.
fuckers' heads off.
So I made a mistake in my notes here, and I
What'd
just
you do,
realized
Chris?
that it's wrong. I wrote that we're back in the town and we're talking to people, and everyone talks like Mr. Saturn. But Mr. Saturn doesn't speak in gibberish. He just speaks in a different font.
Is that from Earthbound?
Yes.
Okay, so I know I played Mother 3, but not Earthbound. Mr. Saturn's the thing I fucking throw in Smash Brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, Solaris, Eden of Heaven is playing again here. I don't think I said the title of that in the last episode. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. But yeah, it's the Jetsons cars and snowmobiles or whatever are back.
Yeah.
We're back. The Robart. What was the first thing you spoke to?
Just some random NPC, and they just gave me a bunch of gibberish.
I spoke to the robot trash can first and thought that's just what that spoke, and then I found that everybody spoke that. So that is a nice way to simulate that Elly really was translating everything for Faye. He doesn't speak whatever kind of German they're speaking here.
Yeah, weird German. So is there anything that you can actually do here, or you just proceed?
You can do one really good thing here.
Oh, I missed it. What is it?
So like I went everywhere again just to see if there's anything different. So it was a very good Stranger in a Strange Land sequence. Like it's a nice way to reinterpret an environment.
Yeah.
But I went back up to the apartment where guess who was dancing?
Big Joe?
You can understand Big Joe.
Yes.
He still says 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
But he doesn't speak in Cuber language. He's up there speaking English.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like us.
Gotcha.
Which I thought was a really good touch.
He's speaking the common tongue.
Yeah. He does. I'm sure he knows Solarian.
Yeah,
given
they
it's Big
thought
Joe,
about that.
but he's out there just screaming English in
Yeah.
his karaoke accent.
Great. How did Big Joe get to Solaris?
He's got, back doors.
Because he's been everywhere,
He
right?
probably rode a tornado up, man. I don't know.
No, well,
The gates are down.
Can you go inside the Cybzon?
Can you stow away?
Yeah.
I'm sure it has like an
Does it have a cockpit?
like an ankle door that you can like stow away in.
It was built to just have a brain in there, though.
Yeah, but like, what if? I don't know how. There has to be another way. Like maybe there was like a Gebler ship was parked wherever the fuck he was last, and he just like latched onto the landing gear and folded into it, like in Con Air when Dave Chappelle.
I mean, it's the whole thing. Like, act like you're supposed to be there, and he just walked in.
Yeah. That works a lot. So that probably.
So anyway, we're here, and we go wandering around, and eventually you have to kind of figure out and go back out the way you came.
Yeah, the way you came, which is hard to find. But there's only, it's not that big of an area. There's only so many places to go.
When you get there, finally, a guard tries to arrest you. I think that guard speaks in the common tongue because you understand him.
He speaks in English.
And oh baby, the sprite transforms by blinking, and it is now Citan.
Yes.
Hey, Citan.
Citan's here.
This is the second time I'm glad to see you.
Yeah.
First time being the land crab, the second time being now. It's been 40 hours since I've been happy to see you, Citan, but you're here.
Invasion plays, and Citan says he saw Bart's image on the Birdvision at the dedication.
Yeah, we saw the...
Birdvision.
He was watching TV on the Birdvision.
Birdvision.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Home Vision last time?
Oh, yeah, you're right. What's the Birdvision?
I don't know.
I was thinking it was the same
Maybe
thing.
that's like the cell phone version where he gets like, instead of off a cable, he's got the Wi-Fi.
Birdvision is the Solarian YouTube?
Yeah,
maybe,
absolutely.
on his phone?
Yeah, he's like a pirate signal since he's not plugged in anywhere.
Wow. He's been trying to figure things out along the way. Trying to figure out what's going on.
He chastised Faye for not being remotely stealthy.
He's like, could you be a little more subtle? And Citan is not really somebody who is subtle himself.
Right.
He usually says what's on his mind. But he very, very politely calls Faye a fucking idiot.
Yeah, Faye definitely fucked something up for him there. He made Citan have to work a little bit harder to do something that he was going to do.
My favorite line in the whole thing is, when infiltrating enemy ground, the most basic thing to do is be stealthy.
Yes.
Which is just a great matter-of-fact way of saying,
I mean, after you press start on Metal Gear, it says that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sure does. I mean, that's one of the first things. This is a sneaking mission, Snake.
You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you.
Thank you, Colonel.
It's the same thing. That's a localized version.
This was a sneaking mission, but Faye did not. He didn't listen to the Colonel Campbell tutorial before he came in.
No, dude, he's fucking buttoned through all that stuff.
Yeah.
So Faye says that Elly went home and that she's better off, and Citan is like, "Oh yeah, probably good call, man."
Probably good call. And
Faye's obviously conflicted about this. Like it was a decision he made at a moment of irrationality and anger, and Citan's like, "Good."
I
think his ulterior motive is that Citan perhaps understands the importance of Elly.
Yeah, well,
he was like, be better off if you're not,
if they're separated at
in
this
the picture.
current juncture. Yeah. And I mean, I assume Citan also knows they're fated to be one at some point, so you really can't keep her away.
But does Citan know that?
I assume Citan knows everything still.
Yeah, that's true.
We haven't exited his scenario yet.
I mean, his scenario is aligned with the Emperor's scenario, according to at least to the way we're
as far as we know.
Yeah, as far as we know. So, but the Emperor's scenario maybe he's been spending all of his resources to try to eliminate Faye. So
yeah,
maybe not.
So next we get to the scanner thing.
Yeah, this is great. He does the same thing with Citan as he does with Elly, where they get extremely close to each other. And
well, no, but first Citan just walks through it, and Faye asks how he passed through.
Yeah,
and Citan says Citan absolutely panics.
Yeah,
and says they probably haven't deleted his ID from his days in the military.
Yeah, he hand waves because Citan. I mean, Faye knows that Citan is from Solaris, but he doesn't necessarily know that.
I like how everyone in Solaris knows how to sneak people through this thing. Like they've clearly been sneaking up like either mistresses or whatever the entire time through this.
Yeah.
They're third class mistresses. Thomas Jefferson sold his kids.
So we have to run through this stupid maze again.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was a weird audio glitch.
But the robots aren't patrolling here anymore.
Yeah, thank God.
And then we get nothing really else. We get to a dust chute next.
Well, I didn't know what the dust chute was, so I
you went back through F block, didn't you?
I did, but the first one I went into is the original block that they came in, the one with the save point.
Oh yeah.
And I went in there, and it automatically makes you go to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, and then you wake up.
Is Citan there?
And Citan says, "Faye, go for the dust chute," which might be a euphemism for something. I don't know.
Ew.
Ew.
Give me some Solarian lubrication.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you go.
That is an interesting mission prompt if you forgot what the hell to do.
Yeah.
Like it just tells you.
Yeah. So last time there was a stormtrooper guarding the dust chute.
Yeah, Samson. He's dead.
No, not Samson. There was just a guy
a different one? Okay.
guarding the guy. Well, the first time we were there when we first arrived there, but now there's not. So we just go in there. And we fall into a cavern, which is much more than a dust chute. It's a cave.
Yeah.
With a giant, like, mechanical entry point to it.
Yeah, there's some unique assets on the ground. It is a new place.
A card is needed to activate the Vaxis.
Yes, the Vaxis. And guess what? We don't have a card.
No, we don't have a card. We need a card. So, yeah. Luckily, Elly has followed us and found us. And
Citan says, Faye asks Citan if he has a plan, and Citan says, I don't.
No. Oh, you had a plan, dude.
Yeah. He said he thought we would improvise, and then we get footsteps.
Yes, footsteps. Thank you. Elly is here. She has manifested as a very convenient plot progressing device. And they're like, what's going on? Then we get a brief flashback to like...
She says her mother said to go with them while she was crying.
Yes. And we flash back to Elly in her room. We get treasure which cannot be stolen once again. And her mother is telling her not to leave her friends in a crisis.
Right.
Her shitty dad feels bad about being shitty. And he gives her the key card.
He says he's her child no matter what. It's your standard parents making the sacrifice play and letting their kids go be their own person type thing.
Yes. Her father also employs a vapid Facebook JPEG. And you know how your uncle posts a
32 kilobyte.
Yeah.
Like stretched out JPEG from a 2004 telephone.
Quote, or like,
those things.
Yeah. Or like when every single business feels like it is their mission to like post a very generic Martin Luther King quote on Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, out of context.
Out of context and not really talk about the real concepts that he was talking about.
Right. It is a pathetic gesture.
Yes. He says, to be human is to be able to pick your own path in life. No fucking shit, Dad.
Thanks, Spock.
Thanks, Erich. God.
Spock wouldn't say that.
No, he wouldn't. Spock is closer to Citan.
He's also not a fucking human.
Yeah. But the Imperial Guard has arrived. And
dude.
And Erich's father has said that I didn't call you, I called the cops.
Yeah.
Like he was waiting for the white armored stormtroopers to come, but the red armored stormtroopers.
You didn't mention that we're not just seeing a flashback, we are Elly.
Yeah, we are controlling Elly.
It would not let me shower in front of my mother.
Oh, damn it. Well, one of these days. So, the Imperial Guard is here, and we find that they are there on Krellian's orders.
Yeah, dude.
Krellian knows the importance of Elly, or at least wants to annihilate a traitor.
Erich resists.
Erich resists. He will not allow it.
But what is his penalty?
He will not allow Elly.
He will not allow Elly.
He will not allow Elly to become a Gazel test subject, and he risks his rank and his life here.
He says the guard says he'll be demoted to third-class citizen.
That's actually worse than death for a Solarian.
Yeah, that's even worse than second class. It is, the humiliation and then the actual doing like manual labor.
Yeah.
Can't handle that, sir.
It's wild, man.
So Elly makes a run for it.
She does. She flees. In response to Elly's story, Citan mentions the ministry.
Yeah.
And in the previous scene, I think Erich father had just said that he just calls it a Gazel test subject, but he wasn't talking about the Gazel, the first class citizens. He was talking about
those guys,
the ministry. And Citan makes the connection, and Elly doesn't know what he's talking about. So
yeah, he just tells her she'll find out.
Yeah, which is a very Citan thing to say.
Like, okay, thank you.
Sure, Citan. That's not what a normal person would say. You'll find out.
Yeah.
But they don't press, and because they've got to go, they've got to move.
Citan and Elly both reject Faye's dumbass white knight idea to go save her parents.
Yeah, absolutely. Your dad's. It's like one of those things like, don't let his sacrifice.
Did we mention that he gave us the key card?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mentioned
okay.
that, yeah.
He gave us the key card,
Yeah.
and we need to. Citan's like, no, he gave it. We need to use this to the plot, Faye. We have to move on with this.
Yeah.
And, like waves it in front of his face. This, Faye.
Absolutely. And then this is great. Citan says, what I would not give for my old bathtub right now.
Yeah, dude.
Do you not agree, Faye?
Yeah, I mean, they're in garbage, and Faye's like, well, I just took a shower like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
But yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
I want to be in with you, Citan.
the last time I took a shower, I specifically thought about your bathtub, by the way.
Yeah. I love the bathtub and all the memories.
that bathtub.
When's the last time you took a bath?
Me personally? Oh God. I don't know. Every now and then when I get sick or I'm sore or I'm not feeling well, I always just want to fill my bathtub full of ice and sit in it.
Have you tried that? Does
No.
that work?
No.
You get your fucking kidneys cut out?
No. Have you never had I've never had an ice bath.
No, that
Kendall
sounds.
Dave told me they're great,
That's a strong source.
but I always liked it because like football players do it. After
Yeah,
practice when they're sort of like, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? And I've always wanted to do it. I feel like it would rejuvenate me when I'm not feeling well.
If you like hypothermia, yeah, it
But
sounds great.
I'm not gonna actually like if somebody,
That's a lot of ice. You have to go buy that
yeah,
ice.
if somebody prepares an ice bath for me, there's like a cryo lounge in this in here in Louisville now.
I knew there were deprivation tanks, but a cryo lounge?
Yeah, a cryo lounge.
Do they freeze you
It's
for
like
later?
No, it's like cold.
Is Ted Williams in there?
It's cold therapy. They shock you with cold waves to like help you.
I got a
recover.
meat freezer you can go in at my job. You want to just walk in there?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
This cryo stuff is weird. But anyway,
I am skeptical of what people do with their money.
hey
with that
man,
thing.
Luke Hancock endorses it.
Is he paid to?
Yes,
Okay.
but he's very handsome.
He is. He's very handsome. People listen to him.
So anyway, shout out to Luke Hancock, MOP 2013. Shout out. Faye and Elly laugh at Citan, and then it's time to go down into the chute like Star Wars. This is kind of where this chapter ends because we are heading in a different direction.
We're not a lone wolf.
We're not a lone wolf.
We're not a lone wolf.
We are now heading to Krillian's lab.
To a lab.
A lab, yes. More than a lab. A lot more than a lab, Erich. So that's it, right? We're done? Chapter's over with?
It's over. We did it.
Get in the
2
dust chute.
chapters, 1 episode.
Faye.
Get in the dust chute, Faye. Get in the fucking dust chute.
Get
Use
my-
this card.
Faye, get in my dust chute.
Ellie's parents are dog meat now, Faye. Get in here.
Yeah, let's go.
You've ruined her life, Faye.
Thanks, Erich.
You're welcome.
It's been a good time. It's finally nice to get to
great.
talking about this game again.
Yeah.
We're barreling. Erich, 2 more chapters in disc 1.
Got to figure out how to switch discs in this device.
For me, I think I've got it figured out. But anyway, yeah, we're done. Thank you, listener, for listening. You've been with us a long time, and we appreciate you sticking with us because we're doing this still, by the way.
Thank you for listening to the longest podcast about one game that we've
That's
seen.
ever been invented.
Yeah, sure. Well, let's go ahead and take credit for that.
Come
Why
at me,
not?
bro. If you've made a podcast longer than this about one game, then
People done it with movies, but games, I don't know.
yeah, true.
We're ignorant.
We're dumb. Podcast aggregation is still in its infancy. It's hard to find stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for the outtakes, by the way. Are you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking of which shepherd to use this time.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the outtakes, by the way.
Mhm.
That was one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Twitter, we're on there. Retrograde Amnesia Pod, at Retrograde Amnesia Pod. Go on there, send us a comment, follow us, all that stuff. Thank you, Mark, for heading out to patreon.com and making the song. But Mark's not a patron. I don't know why he would be. He's our friend.
Right.
www.patreon.com/retroim. Shout out to that site. Go there. Send us an email, retrogradeamnesiapod@gmail.com if you still do that kind of thing. I don't know. And subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks. Rate, review, YouTube. Next time. Until next time.
Yes, we will kill God.
And now you may go back to sleep. Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. Been editing that out.
Hey, we'll
but-
get FakeNet to help you out.
Yeah, sure.
Initializing FakeNet.
My a-hole.
Thank you, FakeNet.
Haha, that sounded like I said my a-hole.
Half a glass and 2 suckers.
Yeah, that's really helping me, actually.
That's a good sucker replacement on the side.
Hey, Erich.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, welcome to the internet. This is the internet. We're not on the internet right now, but this podcast will eventually be on the internet. Do you know what you can do on the internet?
Flip.
Switches?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, you can flip the switches on your keyboard. Go to patreon.com/retroam and support this podcast if you like it. You can get accesses to accesses. You can get access. Hey, Eric.
What's up, dude?
You should log in sometime and read it.
I don't want to impersonate you.
You could sign your tweets or your comments. Or we could pay Patreon more money to have 2 accounts to manage it.
Nah.
Okay. I don't want to do that.
We don't meet our mother. Fucking surprise. We meet our mother. Fuck. That's racist. I meant to say.
Faye's upset. No, we've been discovered. We've been discovered.
We've been discovered.
We've been discovered.
So much saliva just came out of my mouth. When
That's
I was
cool,
saying
man.
That. It was